I'm 27 and I'm trying to build a successful YouTube channel to the point where I could become a full-time YouTuber. Now, this is my dream. And I know a lot of you guys might actually be looking at me and be like, man, Anthony, you're like a grown dude. Like, go get a real job. Like, honestly, this is a real job. And I want to be a full-time creator. And I know I'm going to be a full-time creator. And I don't care what people say, honestly. Like, this is my dream. This is my dream to create videos where I could just be myself, where I could just be on camera and act however I want to act. Like, if I want to act silly, I'll act silly because that's who I am. And yes, I know I'm 27. I'm not saying I'm going to go and act childish. No, by no means, right? But honestly, the internet is just the internet. Words only have power if you give them power, but it does not matter. I don't care if I act a little childish because that's who I am. And I'm going to be happy every single day that I live. And I want to be a full-time creator. I want to be able to wake up one day and be like, yes, I got paid. And I know not a lot of this is about money, but obviously YouTube is a great incentive when it comes to making a full-time career. So I want to be able to wake up and know that my videos are generating passive income, because honestly, that's the goal, right? The goal is to create a full-time career, but at the same time, doing something that you love, doing things that you're proud of doing, not just doing things because they feel like chores, but no, actually doing YouTube because you're passionate about it. You're passionate about the craft of making a video that really speaks to a lot of people. Now, I feel like this is what I was called for. I was called to show a message, or to give a message that it doesn't matter if you're young or you're old. It doesn't matter if people clown on you or hate on you. Just be yourself, and don't be afraid to post that video. Don't be afraid to show the world who you are, right? Because I feel like a lot of the times we let social media try to tell us who we need to be. Or we let social media tell us what a successful person has to look like. Like, if you look on social media nowadays, they have this appearance of what a successful person should be. Like, for guys, oh, you need to have big, bold shoulders and a six-pack, and you need to be able to squat and deadlift 400 pounds. Like, no. Or that the fact that you need to have this Bugatti or something like that. Like, I hate that. I hate social media, how it makes us want to see, or how it's trying to fix our minds to make us see that in order to be successful, you need to look a certain way. Or one thing I really do dislike is the fact that for women, like, if you want to be an influencer or a rich, successful girl, you need to have a BBL, you need to have a slim waist, you need to have long nails, you need to have your own shop. Like, I hate that that's what social media is trying to portray to the women or to the guys. I just feel like it's a false sense of reality. That is not reality. That is social media, and Instagram in general is just a highlight reel. All the people that are doing they're just highlighting their best moments. And sometimes they're not even happy. Dare I say, sometimes they're just living a bad life, but they just want to be socially accepted, or they just want to show their peers, look at me, I'm on vacation. Now, is it bad to post that? No. But I'm talking about the people that feel the need to show that because they want to feel validated. That's where I feel like social media is just terrible when it comes to building mindsets, because it tries to show us that in order to be this happy, successful person, we need to have all these materialistic things. And honestly, that's not how it is, right? So I want to be able to break that stigma, right? Because obviously I'm not saying I have a six-pack, or I'm not saying that I wouldn't love a six-pack. I would love a six-pack. I would love to be in shape. And honestly, I'm not that bad, when it comes to shape, but obviously I feel like I could be better, because I just feel like, you see this? Those are my love handles, and I wish those were gone, but that's my fault because ever since I was a small little kid, I loved eating bread, I loved eating pastries, I loved eating pancakes, pizza. Now, obviously, I get to pay for those mistakes, but I go to the gym every single day. Well, not every single day, but every 5 days. I like to rest 2 days, but I've gained progress. I feel like I have a good physique, not a very good physique, but I don't have a terrible physique. But I'm just here to tell you guys to just be yourself. It doesn't matter what people say about you. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter, why. It doesn't matter. Plain and simple, just be yourself. I know I'm not perfect. I know I mess up. I mess up my sentences. I mess up the way I articulate my sentences. I'm not the best. I've always had trouble speaking in public, so I know you guys could tell. But, I'm slowly learning. And I just want every single one of you guys to feel confident in yourself, to stop trying to feel validated by social media. And, I didn't want this video to just primarily be about social media. I wanted it to just be focused on being yourself, not listening to the haters, not listening to what people have to say about you. If it's positive, yes, take the positive inspiration or take the positive compliments, but there's a lot of people that just love to send out negativity, and they love to just hate on you for no reason. They hate on you because you're trying to do something better for your life, or they're hating on you because you're doing better than them. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to what other people have to say. Focus on your dreams, focus on yourself, and trust me, you're gonna succeed. As long as you learn to shut off all the negative people and all the people that don't support you, just shut them out. And don't listen to comments on social media, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, which obviously now is X. Don't listen to the negative comments, because that's all they are, negative comments. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. So yes, I do understand, because I've gotten hate comments. And back when I started YouTube, I remember when I would receive some hate comments, they would kind of get to me, right? Because obviously as a new creator, you feel like you're always going to get positive comments. You feel like you're always going to get these people that support you, but then know that one comment comes through where it says, man, this video was a waste of time. That first comment really does get to you, because it's kind of like, man, did that video really suck? So you start to wonder. But then the more you get them, and the more you become numb to this, you start to realize that those comments, they're just words on a screen. It's just internet. That's pretty much the internet. The internet has always been filled with trolls, with haters. So don't let their words affect you. Just learn to be yourself, shut off anything that's negative, and just keep going forward. Keep going forward, because honestly, that's all we need to do. We just need to keep going forward, no matter what happens. Now, one thing I do want to say is try to be a positive influence, because there's a lot of people that they gain a lot of views, a lot of subscribers, because they're doing things that disrupt, the civilians, right? So kind of like the Kick streamers, the Twitch streamers that go out in public and, they're like fighting with employees or getting into trouble and all this and that. Well, that's something I just really don't like. I really don't like when people are bothering, other individuals. Like, I feel like have some courtesy, right? Be a good influencer, an influencer with a good reputation. You don't want to be known as that one influencer that bothers employees. Like, no, come on. Like, and that's a whole nother topic, but I'm not going to get into it right now. The message that I want you guys to leave or take away from this video is to just Just be yourself. And it doesn't matter whether you have 100 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, or 2 subscribers. Just be yourself and post content that you love making, because that's honestly how you're gonna get people to follow you. When you just have a goal, when you have a passion for something. And my passion is to just share my life on YouTube. Now, right now, obviously, I'm just talking about my analytics. I'm talking about my YouTube journey. I'm talking to you guys motivationally, and trying to inspire you guys. But obviously, in the future, I would love to show my life, maybe like the cool adventures I do with my family, with my friends, So I would love to transition to that one day, but that day is not right now. Right now, I'm just content with showing you guys my analytics, talking to you guys about whatever topics I want to talk about. And honestly, that's all I have for you guys today. So YouTube is going to recommend a video right here. Go ahead and click on it. Help me get 4,000 watch hours. I'm also trying to hit 100 subscribers. So if you guys could go ahead and just click on that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.